Hello, my name is Spraggy. I'm a professional poker player and I'm here in Dublin, Ireland. I'm here to play one of the most historic tournaments in poker. It's the Irish Poker Open, and last year was a record-breaking field, and I feel like this year is going to be even bigger. However, I'm not just here to test myself in the main event. I'm here to test myself against one of the best performing poker players on Irish soil. He's got 17 cashes, 13 final tables, and 2 title wins. Not to mention the fact that he's a WPT winner. He's a World Series of Poker bracelet holder. He's won an EPT and a UK IPT main event. That man's name is Neil Farrell, aka Feraldo87.
Evening all.
Neil Farrell, aka Feraldo87, obviously legend. Are we allowed to introduce
a massive legend?
Massive legend. He wants massive legend. We've made a bet. So we're going to play what? 3 tournaments?
Yep, 3 tournaments, straight up.
350.
6 max.
5k.
High roller.
And then the 1k.
Main event.
Main event, there he is. I'll tell you what, this man is born for a camera. So 3 tournaments, 1 point for each last longer. So if I outlast you, 1 point, you outlast me, 1 point, best of 3.
Correct.
And then the loser gives the other person €1,150, which is a main event buy-in. Today, day 1, we're playing the 356 max. May the best man win, sir.
Yes, or the second best man.
Or the second best man.
Just whichever man.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Good luck. Hello. All right, this is it. First tournament here at the Irish Open. It's kicking off. It's Monday. Spirits are still high. The first tournament is a €350 6 max. Already some big names in the field. Fintan Hand, James Hartigan, Marley Spragg, Adam McCullough, and I'm going to go show them what I got. 6-handed poker. Very fun.
And we are kicking it off in the $350 6 max. And first hand, we look down at pocket jacks, raising it up to 2,800. My opponent makes the call, and bingo! We have an ace jack 10 flop. We make a set. Plenty of ways for my opponent to continue. We bet, and he does. The turn is a king. Not ideal, but we still want a little milker in there. We're going for 4,000. And the two of us are off to a river. It pairs the board, a full house. And now it's greedy time. I'm going to make a greedy boy bet. There's only one thing to do.
All in?
I'm all in.
All.
He snaps. But he doesn't like what he sees. He tables ace king. He's blocking some of the full houses, but he ain't blocking all of them. And we're going to be doubling up on the very first hand of the tournament. We're off to a flying start as I drag in a nice pile of chips.
Now, I know it's pretty early in this challenge, but I'm fairly confident that I'm a big favorite. But don't take my word for it. I want to prove to you that I'm the man to beat in the challenge. So we're going to head in there, talk to some friends and fellow professionals and see who they've got in Spraggy versus Feraldo.
In a poker competition between Spraggy versus Feraldo, no fucking shit, I'm going with Feraldo 100% of the time.
So Feraldo or Spraggy in a last longer? Obviously going to Feraldo, innit?
Oh yeah, I'm taking Feraldo all the way. It's not even close.
Spraggy? You mean like Marley? No, okay, Feraldo for sure. We got him. Not even close.
If I had to pick between Spraggy or Feraldo for any poker challenge, it wouldn't matter what it was. If Feraldo was 40 to 50 pints deep, I would still pick Feraldo.
In a poker competition between Spraggy and Feraldo, I got here winning Spraggy's free roll, but Feraldo all day Team Ireland.
So in a poker challenge between Spraggy and Feraldo for last longer, I mean, it depends on how much Feraldo has drawn. Actually, it doesn't know. It's going to be Feraldo all day.
My prediction for the last longer between me and Spragg is that he will be soundly and roundly routed, embarrassing, to the point that he may never participate in a last longer again.
Obviously only one winner.
Into the action for another hand here, and we're going 3 ways to the flop. I've got Queen Jack, 8, 9, 10, Queen Jack. That's 5 in a line. We're going to bet 1,300. And our opponent, multi-way, quickly raises to 3,000. Am I scared of flushes? Yes, I'm scared of flushes. I'm going to call. Off to a turn, it's a 6. Now there's a 4-liner on the board. Our opponent clumsily bets his 4,000. We're not going anywhere just yet. We still beat the smaller straights. We beat some high spade bluffs. The river is an 8, which pairs the board. He throws out 10k. I'm too suspicious. I look it up, and unfortunately it's bad news. He tables the 8-9. We were ahead until the river. Obviously difficult for us to put in another raise with that flush out there, but he boats up, and we're losing a big one. We're blind v blind. My opponent's had a raise, and I've had a call with a very good hand. It's Queen 3 offsuit, and it flops enormously. Jack 5-5. That means we have queen high and a backdoor threes draw. So when my opponent checks, I'm going to have a little bet. Unfortunately for me, he decides to call. The turn is a 3, however, and my plan is complete when we make a full house at the river. The backdoor threes draw fills, and my opponent bets 2,500.
The greens or blacks?
No.
No greens?
Yeah.
All in. I swear they were greens, but they're just 100s.
No.
Full house.
Full.
And there's the bad news. We put him into the blender at the river, clearly unsure about how to proceed with his 2 7s. He'll be leaving the table wondering how the man in the tracksuit is so lucky. Queen 3 making a full house, and things are back on track. Fear not. I do have chips. We're still in the game. They're just hidden away in my palm. There they are. We're blind versus blind, and we're off to a flop. It is 10-9-6. And after my opponent checks, I check to a king turn, where my opponent is going to bet just 1,000 chips. I'm floating with nefarious intent to a 5 of diamonds river. With the ace of diamonds in my hand, things could get interesting. And with a 3,000 bet in front of me, it's time to get bluffing. We block the nut flush, we block some 2 pairs, so the 5 is the best kicker for me to use when I'm bluffing with the ace of diamonds, and immediately he doesn't like it. Rolling back into the chair, I think we can discount the raise. That is a man with a bluff catcher. I'm telling him I have a flush. Even I think I have a flush. Let's hope that he thinks so as well. Deep into the time bank, picking up chips, not good, calls. I table my blocker, and he shows me 3 kings, still losing to a flush. It is only catching bluffs, and luckily for him, bluffing I was.
How am I so unlucky, Danny? How is my life so full of bad luck?
The man who's married to a beautiful woman, the
Playing,
UK IBT champion.
Paid to come here and play cards and drink all week. It's sick, the life I live, you know that? It's horrible. It's horrible.
We've entered the stage of the tournament where there are some short stacks, and we have a short stack all in. He tables ace-9. I've made the call 1 pip higher with the ace and the 10. We're looking to eliminate this gentleman, take his chips. It's a safe flop of ace, queen 4, some chop outs, some bad outs. The turn is a 9. It's an absolute dagger to my heart. I bet Feraldo isn't putting up with this, and we're going to have to pay off 14,000 chips. We are doubling up a short stack, and in turn, becoming a short stack ourselves.
We're in the midst of an economic downturn. I had ace-10, all in against ace-9, hit a 9, and now I've got about 12 big blinds. So, God help us. Good news is, we've got a pint for this table, we've got a pint for that table, and we still have chips, 1 entry, so.
And now we have just 12 big blinds. We have Jack 10 offsuit. We're making a raise in the cutoff. And hilariously, my opponent makes a teeny tiny 3-bet. I'm in position and I'm tilted. I want to see 3. It's Jack 8-9. It doesn't get much cleaner than that. But after it checks through, the turn is an ace. And my opponent bets 2,500. I feel like I'm getting milked, but I can improve against ace queen, ace king, any other aces. So we're off to a river. The river card, we don't improve. It's another 8. And my opponent says
2.5 again.
2,500 again. Oh, now for sure I'm getting milked. How can I ever be good? I don't want to pay this guy off. I'm going to keep my pathetic pile of chips. I fold, and he tables 2 10s. We had him beat. We had him pipped. But he's betting it somehow. I don't know what's gone on. And now I'm in big, big trouble. A desperate man making desperate moves. I'm all in. And I'm ahead. I get it in with King 7. I'm beating the Queen Jack, for a little while at least. I was beating the Queen Jack. Jack high flop. There's a 7 out there. We need 1 more or a king. But it does not come. A 10 on the river. That's me out of my seat. Pint in hand. We're headed for the showers.
Well, there you go. Obviously get it in good, because I always get it in good. But I've bust the €350, which means that if Neil is still in, I'm down 1 point. I don't know if he's still in, maybe he's bust, but I'm going to scout the field, and if he's in, we're down a point. Well done, 1-0 up.
Thank you, appreciate that, gentlemen.
See you in the...
So essentially, if you lose the next one, The last one's what we call a dead rubber.
A dead rubber. Playing
rubber.
for
Where else did I play the dead
playing for pride if I have any left. I shall see you in the 5K. Good luck. So there you go. That is Neil Farrell. That is a man still playing the 356 max. I am out, which means we are 1 point down. Feraldo 1, Spraggy 0. It's best of 3, and the next tournament is the €5,000 super high roller, which is the biggest buy-in they're doing here at the Irish Open. If it wasn't high stakes enough already, if I lose that tournament, I'm 2-0 down, which means that the third one is irrelevant. It's a dead rubber. So the pressure going into the next event is massive. Next tournament coming up, 5K super high roller. Okay, current scores on the doors. Feraldo 1, Spraggy 0, best of 3. We've just registered the Big Daddy. This is the €5,000 super high roller. It is the biggest buy-in of the series. Therefore, we have to focus in fully on this, not worry about what Feraldo's doing. Hopefully I run up enough of a stack. By the time he registers, it won't matter. If I lose this one, it's game over. So it's all to play for.
That right there is Connerby1, one of the greatest online players of all time and a very dear friend of mine. He's going to raise to 2,500. We're going to defend pocket fives. And as table chat and laughter ensues, the flop comes down Jack 6-4. I check. And Connor continues for 2,800. We're going nowhere. We're off to a turn card, which does give me some additional outs. It's a 7. I check. My suspicious looking friend knuckles it back. And I quickly check a king river.
Fuck.
Poker faces abandoned. Connor considers.
I can be out. 8,000.
And bets 8,000. Was he bluffing the whole time? Did he get there with a king? Is he playing some traps? I decide not to find out. We fold.
Last aggressor.
No. No.
Nice river. Nice catch.
Honestly, it was a nice one. It was fucking. I had fucking top hair on the turn.
On the turn?
With his top hair.
There you go. Feraldo's in. Looks like he's had 8 or 9 pints. All we have to do now is outlast him, and it goes to 1-1. So now obviously we're playing the 5K, very important, but we're also playing to outlast that man over there.
We're picking up the action here on King 9-6. Now hold on a minute. Let's pause for a second on this guy. You're going to see a lot more of this guy. One of the young up-and-comers of the game, playing all the stops, playing all the tours. He's got some moves in his arsenal. Very knowledgeable, very good poker player. And in this video, we're going to tangle with him a lot. So here we go then, our first hand. And our friend in the Supreme hat is making a small bet of 800 chips. We decide to call. The turn is a 4. I check again. And it quickly gets checked back. The river is a 3. It doesn't improve my hand. And with the Jack 10, I decide to have a bluff. And start with a little bit of chatter.
Might be a little thin.
I want him to believe I'm making a thin value bet, picking up one of these pairs underneath the king.
But I feel like we'll find out.
He's deep into the time bank. And he throws his hand away.
Did you have a pair? You had a pair? It was definitely too thin.
Did they not give you like more chips than that to start? Or
I started with 50.
Some kind of.
And I'm at 47-ish.
You're just giving everyone
You're
else
just
a
starting
chance.
here?
I'm just getting in. Yeah, I thought I'd jump in. I was having a quick check at the field and I saw you in, so I thought I'd play. Should be all right.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is the one for us.
Best of luck, though. No,
Good luck. Good luck. How'd you finish?
If you happen to bust immediately.
Here he is again. We're playing another pot against Connor. And it's an all-star cast. If you look around the room this video, we're having a great time at the Irish Open.
Heads up, 2 players. Seriously?
We're heads up. 2 players to a flop of 988. Connor in position on the button. I'm betting 2,500.
Don't think I'll be going anywhere yet.
And indeed, he won't be going anywhere just yet. Connor makes a call. The turn is a 7, and I shall be betting again. Casual call from Connor. One more, he says.
Got a really bad hand. But what about you? Son.
And once again, All-Star Cast Finton hand spotted in the background. And here comes another star of the piece. Just in time, Tonka P turns up at the table.
Spraggy and Connor in a pot.
What do you think he has?
To talk with the one and only Giraffe Ganger. Connor angrily folds to my third barrel.
A deuce! A deuce!
Listen, if you want to send him into orbit, show him a ball. If you want to send him into orbit.
And the fun continues at the Irish Open.
Goated.
That's the exact noise that he makes as well.
Here's another man with which many of you will be familiar. It is Giraffe Ganger. He's been at the table a while, as you'll have seen, but now we get to play a pot together.
You should bluff now. Check. He's the last aggressor. He needs to show.
Are you actually going full?
No, I checked back.
And the 9s are good on Ace Queen 7 Jack King against Bert 7 in the muck, son.
I won the pot. You get upset.
It's 1,600.
I think I might have played 600 hands against you. I've never had a good hand. To be fair, I might have had Ace 7 against you, so that's a good call.
Seat open. Seat open, yellow 5.
Only because you don't understand how bad my brain is. I would just like to point out that doesn't, whatever that is, does not count. You are out. You are done. We were one below only.
No, I'm
That's
just,
one.
No, I thought I'd just be back in.
I saw you play that stack.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw you.
No, I went to the toilet.
You see these?
No, absolutely not. What you might be thinking is maybe I bluffed it off and I'm in again. But you'd be wrong.
That's one apiece. It's come down to the wire, sports fans.
It's okay. I've had a quick look at your table. You are by far the worst player here. Come on.
I think that might be true for every table in the room. Okay, good news. Feraldo is out, which is bad news because we like Feraldo, but great news because now it's 1-1 in the best of 3, and we're going to the main event to play for it all. Now the focus is on the small matter of a €5,000 high roller buy-in with 61 players in right now. More going to register tomorrow. We're still building, grinding a stack. We're going to play another 1 hour or so tonight, but we're in the mix. 1-1 in the challenge. Things are looking up.
We're making a raise in the cutoff, and look who it is. Very quickly announcing all in. You be quick, I'll be quick, I'll snap. It's Ace Queen versus Pocket 7s, and all of a sudden, we're playing a massive all in a €5,000 poker tournament. King 9-5 to the flop. No sign of my high cards. The king on the turn offers us some counterfeit outs, but the 5 is a break. And indeed, I am so unlucky.
Oh God, I'm so unlucky.
How dare I lose a flip? What are the chances of losing a 50-50? I feel like I've seen this episode before. Heads up to a flop of King 5-3. I have just 7-8 in hand. We turn open-ended. And this is some excellent banter.
Are you hiding your yellow chips now? What did I miss so
Have you ever, you're very young, so you've probably never heard Get It Quietly. You took all my yellow chips in a 50-50 encounter. All right, so I don't have any yellows.
He's asking me if I have any of the big yellow chips left. He knows full well he just took them all off me. The turn is a jack, my open-ended bricks, but some of my other bluffs would make straights. They would make pairs. I have to continue betting.
Bit late now, isn't it?
Yeah, folding a pair. Folding a pair.
Folding a pair. I like the sound of that. Folds the pair, windmill the bluff. Have a bang on that.
You said you folded a pair. What difference does it make to me at 8 high?
Right, hold it right there a sec. Let me add some context. We're playing 600, 1200, and take a listen to this.
5.
Yeah, it's £5, right? 5.
5,000. Connor raises to 5,000. We've cut it out, but after a long deliberation, I don't know what to do. I shove ace-10. I don't think I have a choice with about 24 big blinds. But he has jacks. I don't think Connor, who's had about 6 pints of Guinness, quite realised that he was opening so big. I give him some shit for it, but I'm quickly saved. We get it in really bad. The flop is ace-high. Finally some justice. Or maybe not.
Let him take it back. Let him take it back.
What is that? How much is that?
River is an 8. We do indeed find a double up. And now it's time for a quick needle.
Very well played.
Oh my God.
Unlucky, Connor.
Yeah. Can't win them all, I'm afraid.
Just a reminder for everyone, next time we're playing 600, 1200.
With the blinds at 800, 1600, there's a raise in the cutoff, and I have 30,000 chips on the button and a pair of 8s.
Pair of 8s, pair of 9s.
And my opponent absolutely rattles me, calls my hand, and with that, Reed in tow decides to call the ace-jack offsuit. We are flipping for €5,000 tournament life. Can we hold? 3 in the middle. 8, 5, deuce. It's a very good 3. He's prepaying. He may have been able to read our hand. He may have some magical, mystical powers of deduction. But if the deck isn't working alongside those dark arts, you're going to lose your chips. The 8s will hold, and we are doubling up.
Quite happy.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, it's like him earlier. He's won like 100k in pots. He's like, oh, I don't want, you know. It's same as you won. He's like, oh, I don't want to be here.
Oh.
Reed was bang on.
You are the fucking biggest whiner of all time. Don't
Me?
talk about whining in tournaments.
Seems very unfair.
Does that sound an 80? I must have not.
Okay, end of day 1 in the 5k super high roller. Most importantly, Feraldo bust before I did. So in the best of 3, it's now 1-1, all to play for in the main event. As for the €5,000 buy-in, we've just bagged 64,500 chips. We started with 50k, we were down, we were up. We want to flip right at the end of the night. So we're coming back tomorrow. It's 1k, 2k blinds. We've got 32 big blinds, 48 players remaining, but you can buy in tomorrow. And I expect there'll be a lot of late gallopers trying to play this 5k. So we're in the mix, 32 big blinds, happy to have a bag. We'll see you tomorrow. Waking up, obviously fresh with the news that Feraldo is out of this tournament. Well, his one bullet is dead. Our bullet that counts is dead. So that's 1-1 in the series. So now we have full focus on the €5,000, which is probably quite good because, you know, it's €5,000. That's your first break of the day. I haven't really done anything. Jammed a hand. Paid my blinds, raise folded 2 or 3 hands. So we've got 43k coming back to 3k big blinds. So need to get busy a little bit, but just card dead for whatever 30 hands I've been dealt today. It happens.
It's been a rough start to day 2. We find ourselves short and defending 10-9 in the big blind. The flop, Queen Jack 4, a little bit of hope. We're open-ender. Our opponent bets we could jam, but hoping that he doesn't find a double barrel, we call. Maybe we get to see 5 cards. And there's the bad news. If we want to see 5 cards, we're going to have to pay for it. But having turned a 9, we pick up additional outs. Maybe even sometimes we pick up the best hand. I make the call for pennies behind, and the river does not improve my hand. A dagger 4 changes nothing. The ace-queen's good. And with 47 players left of 111 entrants, we find ourselves falling out of the tournament.
All right, folks, it's come down to this. Spraggy versus Feraldo. He wins in the 350 by virtue of lasting longer. We both cash for $0. 5k, I win by virtue of lasting longer by a little bit. We both cashed for $0.
We are both very talented.
So now, for the best of 3, behind us, the €1,150 main event. Whoever lasts longest in this wins the whole lot, which is an €1,100 buy-in to a future PokerStars stop.
That's true.
Are you feeling good? You feeling confident?
I always feel very confident. I'll be honest, having not cashed anything at all would cripple a lesser man. But fortunately...
There will be those watching the video who might think that we've actually just made up this challenge so we can say we've won something, that we won a last longer in the 350, we won a last longer in the 5K, because so far we've both won fuck all. But that is all about to change. Main event time.
I mean, the real winning is the friends we made along the way.
Isn't it just? Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
All right, it's all come down to this. Feraldo takes the first win, I take the second. We're currently tied at 1 apiece, and now it's time for the main event. Neil has already bagged for day 2. He's over the line with 147,000 chips. I am about to start with 30, so we've got a lot of catching up to do with a lot on the line. Because if I don't outlast him in this event, he's going to take the series 2-1, and I'm going to have to buy him into a PokerStars event at the next EPT. If I'm going to take down this poker legend, it has to happen here. It has to happen now. Let's get cooking.
You want some poker hands? Here's some poker hands. We've called a raise with the King Queen, and the flop is King 8-5, facing a bet of 900. It's difficult on these all the same suit boards to want to raise for fear of the flush. So when he bets 900, we just call and peel to an 8 turn. No spade is good for us, and after he checks, I'm looking for value myself. I want to get paid. 2,500 is the bet, and 1 green chip takes us to the river. 4 in a row, it goes check, check.
It's last aggressor, isn't it?
And I'm trying to work out if he has to show me his hand. He does not. I table King Queen, and I apologize for the misunderstanding, but our hand is good, and we're winning early in the main event.
I have more chips than I started with, but not many chips. 50,000. Feraldo's got 168. We've got to make day 2, and that's another 3.5 hours of play, I think.
We've called in the small blind. We're off to a flop as a new player joins the table. I welcome him in. It's gone check, check, and now a small bet of 400 on the turn with a queen and a jack. I can do 400, sure. Show me a river card, please. The river is a 3, and after I check, a quick check back of the pocket 10s throws it towards me. I table queen jack. We're dragging a small one. Enough small pots, we're playing a big one. We're all in with pocket 10s against ace king. It's a disaster. Or is it? Ace on the flop, but a 10 on the turn. Oh la la, indeed. Fist bump for my busted friend. First flip of the main, first win.
Surely I'll make day 2 now, with all of these chips.
Don't judge me. I'm on holiday. It's the Irish Open. I raised with King 3 offsuit in the cutoff. The button calls and the big blind calls. 3 ways to a flop, and this is why you don't raise with King 3 offsuit, because we flop King, Queen, Jack, top pair, and I'm still not happy. Check, check, 1,300 call. I guess I'm coming along for 1,300 with my weak top pair. Help me, dealer, and help indeed. The turn is a 3, very exciting, but less so when my opponent leads for 5,000 chips. That's a lot. I consider a fold, but I call and spike a gin river. We fill up a full house, 3 3s and 2 kings, and when my opponent checks, I jam it all up in there. Quickly called, snapped, table my hand. He won't be happy to see that one. King 3, raising pre-flop, backdooring the full house, and the flush thrown in the bin. And a huge pot to increase my chances of going deep in this main event from the most unlikely of sources.
70k. 3 levels remain. I think another hour of play. Could be wrong. Don't really know. But as long as I have chips, 2 hours of play. 2 more levels. 3 more levels, no? Who knows? Either way, I'll be putting something in the bag. I guarantee it.
Blinds are 500 1k. We make it 2,200 to go, and getting a call from a player in position. The big blind comes along as well. With 3 ways to a flop, it's ace, king, deuce. I don't mind it with my ace jack. In fact, I like it quite a lot, but not sure how much betting we want to do multi-way. So I start with a check. It goes 3k, call, and I call to a 6 turn. This pot brewing up nicely. I don't think the 6 gives many 2 pairs to my in-position calling friend. So when he checks behind, I'm fairly confident I have the best hand. The river a king, not the best card, but when big blind checks again, I don't think the in-position caller will bet many kings on the flop. So that's a green light for me to value bet ace-jack. I go for 5,500. Nobody takes me up on my generous offer. And with the folds, we're dragging in a nice pot. Action brewing in this one. We've got a raise. I've had a 3-bet and my opponent sticks it in my eye. I promptly call, table my ace-king, and we're in great shape against ace-4. Mustn't have believed me with my button 3-bet, but there's always a sweat. It's never easy. 9-5 deuce. Don't do it to me, dealer. He's got that wheel draw. No 3, no 4. Deuce is safe. Ace-king high. Holds for the best of it. And all of the chips keep flowing my way.
Job done, my friends. Job done. Day 2 in the bag for Aldo. It's game on. All to play for. Coming back tomorrow. Here we go. Day 2. 105,000 for me. 140,000 for Feraldo. We've got the music playing. Irish Open. We're not in the money yet. 2 goals for today. Outlast Feraldo to go 2-1 up in the series. Second goal. Bag for day 3. Long day ahead, hopefully. Let's do it. Good morning. Hi. Hi. Hello.
Lines are at 2K, 4K. Let's get day 2 off to a great start with raising to 8,000 with the super secret hand. The cameraman is called round. The player in the big blind who shows deuce 3 offsuit folds. Oh no! Add aces. Add aces, mate. And no action. Slightly better indeed. We're winning the pot, but it's not the pot we wanted to win. It's a good start, but it could have been a great one. He may have escaped us in the first hand of the day, but hand 2, we're looking for some vengeance. Jack 9-5 is good for our King Jack of clubs to fend in the small blind. We were 3 ways to a flop. My opponent bets 8,000. I, of course, am going nowhere. The big blind gets out of the way, and the turn, 7 of clubs. Nice. We pick up additional outs. If we didn't already have the best hand, we now have a flush draw. This player told me before the start of the day that he was an online qualifier, happy to be and excited to be playing day 2. And he bets 15k. We're seeing a river. It's not a good one. Queen of spades. Check. He checks back. And for a moment, I think I might have the winner, but it's 10-8 offsuit. He checks back a straight, maybe a little afraid of that flush that completed. He's going to win the pot. I was excited about my King Jack, but it's ended up face down in the muck. 2K, 4K, we've made 8. And an online regular who I play with a lot has made a very small click for a 3-bet. There's 45,000 chips in the middle. We're on a short stack. We have peeled King 10 suited and flopped King high. A board I expect my opponent to bet with his entire 3-betting range. He goes very small, and I get a little tricky. We go for this small check raise. He bets 5,500. I make it 13,000. Going to be tough for him if he has the jacks or the queens or maybe some ace highs that get stubborn and continue. We're playing a game of cat and mouse on very short stacks. The turn is a 5, it goes check, check. The river is a 6, and we have less than half pot left. I go greedy. I want to get paid by queens and jacks and 10s. My flop raise looks a little bullshitty, but bad news. All in, call. Should have known all along it was ace-king waiting in the wings, and just like that, day 2's over, our 1k main dream's over, and now for the worst bit of it all.
Congratulations. You are the winner.
Absolute valiant effort.
Fuck you. And good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
We came to Ireland to test ourselves against a poker legend, one of the biggest winning players on Irish soil. He had us in round 1 in the 350, but we fought back in the biggest stakes tournament, the 5k, to level the scores. But when you come at the king, you best not miss. He took it down to the 1k main event, and with Feraldo on top form, it was always going to be close. He outlasted us, and that means that he takes the series 2-1. It's not only going to hurt my pride, but it's going to hurt my wallet. I'm down €1,000. This is Feraldo's to buy into the next PokerStars event. So we know that Feraldo's going to be the next stop on account of my €1,000. And if he's going to be there, I'm going to be there chasing not just him down, but everybody else. Because with the title behind me in 2023, I want more. And the PokerStars Tour is in full swing. We've got the rest of 2024 to become a 2-time champion. Now it's time to go find Feraldo.